Hello everybody, my name is Richa and I am a calligraphy artist based in New Delhi, India. And in this video, I'll be sharing some beginner friendly tips on how you can get started with flourishing. So before we get started, let's have a look what flourishing actually looks like. So these are some flourishes which I've made for letter A. I have made I guess about 15 flourishes. So, flourishing basically involves adding decorative elements to your letters and words. It's all about balance, flow, and creativity. So, similarly, I've made some flourishing for letter B. There are 20 flourishes for letter B, as you can see. And whenever you're adding flourishes, make sure it should beautify your letter and it should not hamper the legibility of your letter. Also, for learning flourishing, you should have some basic knowledge about calligraphy. Now, let's discuss the essential tools which you need for flourishing. So, you need a good quality paper. I'm using the paper by the brand Ayush paper. Then, you definitely need a pencil. It can be a normal pencil or a mechanical pencil. And I'm using some brush pens as well, but brush pens are totally optional right now. So let us understand the art of flourishing by taking the example of letter G. So here I'm writing letter G with the bullet tip of a Tombow brush pen. So this is letter G in a monoline format. Now let me write it with a brush pen so that you can see the difference between thin and thick strokes. So I'm again writing letter G with a brush pen this time. I'm using a Tombow Fibonacci hard tip brush pen. Okay, great. So we are done writing letter G. Now let's break down the letter G in the form of strokes. So letter G is basically made up of an upstroke, an oval, and a descender loop. So these are the three strokes which make up the letter G. Now to add flourishing to letter G as a whole, we need to add flourishes to these three strokes. Now let's see how we can add flourishes to these three strokes. So we can definitely add flourishes to the upstroke. So for the oval stroke, we cannot add flourishes as such. We can slightly increase or decrease the size of oval, or we can tweak the shape of oval into an angular form. So these are the three things which can be done to the oval stroke. Flourishes cannot be added. Flourishes can only be added to the upstroke and the descender loop. So let's see how we can add flourishes to the upstroke. So whenever you're learning flourishing, make sure you learn it with a pencil and not with any calligraphy tool, be it brush pen or pointed pen. Learning with pencil will make your flourishing journey much easier. So these are the three flourishes which I've made for upstroke. Now let's make the flourishes for descender loop. So for the descender loop, again I'll be showing three flourishes. So for this particular flourish, I have extended the loop, the bottom loop of descender loop. For the second flourish, I'll be extending this particular line into another oval. And for the third flourish for descender loop, I'll be adding a small oval inside a big oval like this. So yeah, these are the three flourishes for upstroke and descender loop. Now let's break down these flourishes into oval shapes. So let's talk about the first flourish of upstroke. I'll be making an oval here. So flourishes are basically, they are comprised of oval shapes. So for this particular flourish, this is comprised of a horizontal oval and an upstroke. For the second flourish, there is a small oval inside, and then I've made a bigger oval outside it. So as you can see, this is the bigger oval. Now coming to the third flourish, there are two ovals this time. So this is our first oval, and this is our second oval. So this is oval plus upstroke, small oval and a big oval plus upstroke makes up the second flourish, and two ovals interlocking each other with an upstroke makes up the third flourish. Now let's come to the flourishes for descender loop. So here is our first oval. Then this is our first oval for the second flourish. In the second flourish, basically there are two ovals. There are three ovals in the second flourish, 1, 2, and there's also a small oval at the bottom. So in total we have three flourishes for the, three ovals for the second flourish. And for the third flourish, we have almost three ovals again. So this extended part is also an oval shape. Okay, so all of these flourishes, they are basically comprised nothing but of oval shapes. So I'm writing the oval shapes separately for the descender loop flourishes. Okay, so we are done with the drawing part of the flourishes. Now let's see how you can add these flourishes to the letter G. So I am using the first flourish here of the upstroke, and I'm drawing an oval, and I am using the basic descender loop first. Okay, I've not added any flourish to the descender loop this time. So this is our first flourish for letter G. Let's talk about the second flourish. So let's use the first flourish of upstroke and the first flourish of descender loop, and let's see how the combination looks like for letter G. And this is our second flourish for letter G. So for the third flourish, let's use the third flourish of upstroke with the combination of second flourish of descender loop. and let's see how the letter G looks like. And that's our third flourish, and honestly it's looking really nice. Let's talk about the fourth flourish now. Let's use the third flourish of the center loop with a basic upstroke. And that's our fourth flourish, and you can also extend the flourishing in this manner. So yeah, that's how you can add flourishes to the letter G. I have basically made flourishes first for the basic strokes, and then I've combined those flourishes of the basic strokes in different combinations to make the flourishes for letter G. Now, flourishing can be as simple or as complex as you like. Now, the key is to practice and develop your own style. So let me know if this video was helpful for you guys for learning flourishes, and if you want more such tutorials in the future, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys have liked this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.